So I wanted to make a video real quick about some of the mental math that I go through with some of these storage properties that we look at. I actually found a small deal in Delaware, and it's really similar to a site that we have. It's like just under 9,000 feet. Owner doesn't really do anything at all. Literally, I think he's done no maintenance in the 4 years he's owned it. And it's basically it's grossing like $6,300 a month, which is about 75 and a half thousand bucks a year. My dog is staring at me with a bone. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the video. Anyway, gross is $75,000 a year, and you could just open the door. Why don't you come open the door? Okay, she's not gonna open the door. So, 75,000 bucks a year. Your storage expenses are usually like 35 or 40% for small properties. So the net might only be 50 or a little bit less. And I don't even know how much he's actually collecting. So anyway, like on paper, this deal kind of like looked good at first glance. There's not a lot of expense. It doesn't have a gate. So maybe the net really would be like 65%, maybe 70% of whatever the gross is. But I just don't have like a good feeling about it, even though it's brick, even though I think that, there is room to raise rents. Just sometimes with these places, even though it's like a West Philly house or a North Philly house or something, like on paper, it's a freaking 9 cap or a 10 cap or 11 cap or whatever it is. But and you can raise the rents. Like I think we could probably get this from 154 per unit, which is what it is. Probably get it to 195, maybe 200. Maybe with the $12 a month insurance, it gets to 212, which would bring it to, what is that? Like 42 units. Even $200 a month would be $8,400 a month, which is 84,000 plus 16,800, which is It's just over $100,000 a year. But, and this would be a great deal, I think, for somebody that's just starting. But I always worry about like opportunity costs. We're not just starting. Like maybe making 10, 20 grand a year is awesome. But I think that we're gonna pass on this one just because it's not like big enough, and I don't think I'm gonna be excited enough to like manage this long term. And unless we have no room to build on it. So just figured I'd run through some of those numbers. It's hard to make some of these decisions. Like I'm passing up maybe, I don't know, let's say it's 20, 30 grand a year in net income. That's a lot of money for, let's say it's a 20% down investment, which would be, call it 120 grand, which we have one lot we could sell and get most of that money. I have one remaining lot in Philly. If anybody wants to build 10 units on in West Philly, hit me up. But yeah, just super hard to make some of these decisions, and I never really know whether like what's right or what's wrong. Like should I go for this small kind of like guaranteed win, or wait for something else, wait for the market to drop a little bit more, get involved in a like a larger, even if it's a partnership or something that has more upside than just like this, which is like just kind of like strictly for cash flow, I guess. Always a very hard decision, but I trust my gut here, and I don't think that for us that it's the right place now at this number. Actually I offered 550 with the guy paying both sides of the transfer tax and him seller financing 10% of the purchase price back to us for 5 years. So yeah, I would have been like basically more comfortable if we were only putting 10% out of pocket instead of 20% out of pocket. But they countered with 600 with no seller financing, so it's like a little too far. I'm just going to probably counter back and maybe go up 10, 15 grand or something. But I think we're going to bow out of this one. So well, let's say that's it. This is kind of what my mind goes through every day. looking at every place, just kind of calculating the dollar per square foot, and for the rents and for the price, and seeing if the return makes sense and what are the pros and cons. And this is kind of like it's the same thing as doing residential, and it becomes a lot less intimidating the more you do it. And that's it. Have a good weekend.